Hello and welcome to a new episode of Airport CEO here on the channel. Now, before we get any further into today's episode, if you should end up enjoying this video, then why not leave a like? That would be very much appreciated. And of course, if you are new around here, why not hit subscribe? Alright, so today we will be doing things a little bit differently because something that I normally don't do is to do live play. Normally I pre-record the footage and then I edit the video, add my voiceover and stuff like this. But today this is a live play, so basically I'm commenting this while I am playing the game. And the reason why we are doing this is because we have been constructing quite a lot in the last few episodes, but I want to see the airport in operation, and I also want to start using more parts of the airport, because right now we've basically only used a part of Terminal 2. But for a long time we've already finished construction on, for example, the satellite terminals, so we want to start using them as well and see how operations are going there. I would also like to have a Terminal 1 starting up with operations. We can already see there are quite a lot of passengers here because some aircraft will be coming in. But most crucially, what I want to do as well is I want to, and let's just open it up here, I want to start using the luggage system. I want to activate all our services, also de-icing, aircraft cleaning, catering and all that stuff. And it is simply the easiest way to do all that by also having the game running and seeing if there are any mishaps or something that we have constructed incorrectly, something we need to fix up so that it works. So the first thing I think we will do is simply to activate all these services. And then hopefully distribute evenly. We don't need to, because we only have one runway, at least one runway for our PAX aircraft and baggage handling. Alright, so now we've done that. So the next thing that we want to do is, well, let's check out our luggage systems. I don't know how far we will get in this episode. We might end up continuing in the next episode as well. I think we've also tried to see if we discover a few small things here and there that we can fix up, then we will try to do that as well. So I have activated all the baggage bays. I think one thing we will probably experience rather fast, if not already, is staff shortages. I have been hiring quite a lot. I think, I've been letting the game run for a while before I've started the recording. I think we had about 400 staff in total. Now we are above 600 staff. So I've really been hiring a lot and a lot and a lot of staff. But you can see, one thing I've never quite understood here is it says, for example, with security officers, we've hired 113 security officers. It says jobs claimed 47 and jobs available 5. Now, in my world, that would mean that you have now 48 jobs in total and 5 that are still unclaimed. So with 113 officers, that should be more than enough to cover that. But it doesn't seem to be the case. And it does indicate it as having a staff shortage. But how these numbers exactly correlate to each other, I have never quite fully understood the logic behind this. But most of the time where we have the major issues is janitors, which doesn't really affect our day-to-day operations. It does affect how our terminal looks, but it shouldn't really affect how we are handling aircraft. But what really does influence our operations is, of course, the ramp agents. And there we always seem to have a massive shortage, despite me hiring and hiring and hiring. But we will see. I mean, and the thing is, now that we have activated the luggage systems, this shortage should only get worse because it requires a lot more workers to handle all that luggage than if we have it disabled. But we will see how it goes. Quite predictably, the satellite terminals will probably get rather busy. They do already. I mean, it's not too bad. It could have been much more overcrowded, but yeah. Actually, I think we should also, since we have some passengers coming here now, we should also start signing some of these contracts with stores. Because, I mean, it's easy money, and of course, again, it improves the happiness of our passengers. And we have plenty of stuff to sign as well in the terminal itself, which we should probably also do. We did also talk a little bit about, in the last few episodes, about the lounges, which airlines should have lounges. We've only had one suggestion so far, which is for Fleur, which I kind of like and I kind of don't like. I mean, it's a game, so we can do whatever we want, but it is a low-cost airline, and in a way, I think it is a little bit unrealistic for a low-cost airline to have a lounge. On the other hand, since we haven't had any other suggestions, I guess for the moment at least, we could go with it and give them a lounge. So this shop is too small. This could actually become a problem because most other shops are quite small, so we might run out of contracts for smaller stores across the terminal. But we will see. Maybe we get some more offers later in the play. Alright, so let's see how our security checks are doing. I mean, not completely overwhelmed, but I think we should open up even more. I mean, we are opening up most of the operations for Terminal 2, so it wouldn't be wrong to also open up these security checks, which of course again will give us the challenge that we will have even more need for staff. So this is a vicious circle. The more we open up, the more we need staff, and the more we get behind in how much staff we really need. So let's not waste any more time, and let's just see again what offers we have. So we are just pretty much hiring through all the different categories. We try to avoid the yellow rated staff, but I think for example security officer, we don't really have a choice. We just need to hire whatever we can get, although the red ones I still don't hire. And then at a later stage we can train these yellow rated staffers so that they become, well, a little better at their job. Alright, so let's see. Passenger service agents, we also need plenty of those. And then we need some janitors desperately. Let's get all those. Okay, so what we also can check up here is actually how the staff is distributed. So if we activate our terminal overview, we can see here we have some free staff. So let's just hire these janitors for Terminal 2. And we need the ramp agents. We need many more ramp. I mean, we have 3 gates at Terminal 1. This is another thing that I still haven't figured out, and which is a bit annoying, is what are the ratios? What are the ratios? How much staff do you need for one stand? I mean, that would make it so much easier if you had an idea of how much staff you need to hire to operate one gate with all the services activated, and I have simply no idea. But I would imagine that 30 ramp agents for 3 stands might be a bit too much, and it doesn't seem to be needing all this stuff at the moment. So let's just take that down to 20 and add these 10s over here at Terminal 2, because we clearly need them. And it's kind of okay. I have also still activated auto assignment, but we are adjusting manually here a little bit. Again, 56 janitors for a tiny little terminal seems to be quite excessive, while we, for this larger Terminal 2, had only 70. Yeah, I mean, again, we could switch off the auto assignment and assign all these people manually. We kind of do it anyways now, but I would imagine that it would be assigning it where it's most needed. But again, I don't know really what the logic here is in the game. It doesn't really seem to do that, to be honest. And again, I mean, let's see here. What do we have? Yeah, ramp agents. We are just desperately behind on ramp agents, and that will, of course, affect our operations. So let's see. Yeah, we have made a little bit of mess of our schedule here. Let's see for the next day. Yeah, it will get a little bit more calm over the day for larger parts of the airport, which we can again change if we want to. But I think for now, perhaps a better idea not to do so, because the airport does seem to be overwhelmed, at least when we look at the staff. And this is really the challenge that I have experienced with all the airports that I have built in this game so far. I have never had an airport where I did not have staff shortages, and it did not matter how tiny or how large the airport was. As soon as we started really operating the airport as it was intended in the game, you would just constantly run out of staff. And it didn't matter how much you were hiring. It would just never end. I can't imagine that I'm the only one experiencing this, but I don't know. But let's see how things are going. Actually, let's check up if we already have some luggage going in. So for that, we of course need to go all the way to minus level 1. Alright, so luggage is arriving here, so that's a good thing. Because that does indicate that the system is working. Let's see here, our security checks do filter out some luggage, and quite a bit is being destroyed. But it should all be luggage that needs to be destroyed because it has dangerous goods inside. So for those who don't know the system here, is of course you have the tier 1 scanner, which is the first line of defense. If it passes through here, then it is safe, at least according to the game. If it doesn't, then it goes to the tier 2 scanners, where we have 5 different types, and it is scanned. Again, if it is filtered out, then it means there might be something wrong. If it's not, then it's safe. And then you have the last line of defense, which is the tier 3 scanner, which is a manned scanner. And if it is then passed through, then it means that everything was right. And if it is then filtered out, well, that's basically it. The luggage is destroyed. But let's see, I have a sneaky suspicion that we have a lot of luggage here. But we don't have many loaders. Can I click you? Yeah. Baggage truck. I have, and that I did before I started the recording, I have not just hired a lot of staff, but I have also bought a lot of vehicles, and I've assigned them to vehicle depots close to where they should be working. So hopefully this all works. And the ratio here is basically one type of a GSE per stand, except for the baggage loaders. They have 2 per stand, at least when we talk medium stands. So that basically one can go there, pick up the luggage that is inbound, while the other one is picking up the luggage that is outbound. That's the idea. Let's just check this, since we have some luggage that is coming in. See how this is working. It's crossing here. That's just perfect. And now it goes over here to the baggage reclaim area. Let's see, I don't know which one of these 2 it will be, but this does seem to work, which is a good thing. See, we can also assign these shops here while we're waiting. So it goes down to the lower baggage reclaim area. Oh no, it goes, okay, okay, it goes to the, where is it going? It goes to the one in the center. Okay, now I get it. Oh my god, if your own construction confuses you, that's a bad sign. Alright, no, I forgot that I had these center baggage reclaim areas connected like that. Okay, but that's pretty cool. This is again a rather crowded area, but as expected. All right, so that's okay. Let's check up in the center of the terminal, the departure areas. So do we really have no passengers right now checking in? Wow. Okay. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I mean, we have a lot of... Okay. I mean, but it does seem to work. Let's check up with the aircraft. Let's see what we have here. We have an Helvetic E90 going to Memmingen. Ryanair would call it Munich West, which of course is quite ridiculous, but sure. That's Ryanair for you. Let's see. So what have they done with this aircraft so far? So they have done... Okay, so the baggage unloading hasn't happened yet, and that's... I mean, the vehicle is there, but the staff is missing. That's the issue. Okay. And this means also the service round hasn't been done yet. Everything else, so deboarding is completed, refueling has been completed, cleaning and catering has been done. Obviously, boarding hasn't started yet, and pushback, of course, also not. But let's see where you are. Wait, which gate are we at? We are at gate A7. Okay. Gate A7. This is here. Okay. Am I on the right day? Friday, yes. But there's a Helvetic. When... Am I missing something here? Okay, so an aircraft is standing here that I don't see in my flight plan, which is a bit curious. Are we sure this is A7? Yeah, this is A7 and this is A6. Am I just reading the flight plan wrong? Am I being an idiot? No. In A6 we have a CH Air, which is this one. It should already be a KLM. In A7 we should have a CHA now, but we have a Helvetic. I have the sneaky suspicion that we are already falling quite a bit behind. And obviously that can only have one reason. Because we can see everything works. Except for actually handling. So now a staffer has arrived and he is unloading the aircraft. Yeah. So it is really the issue we have always. Which is we don't have enough staff. Which is a shame. Because I mean I've literally been sitting here for an hour before starting this game or starting this recording, and I have just been hiring like I'm doing right now. And if that is still not enough to have an airport running, then that's a shame. Honestly speaking, I mean, this is an issue that I have seen with the game from day one, since I've been playing the game for the very first time when it was still in alpha. And honestly speaking, I think when you have been playing the game for that long and you've built quite a few airports and you always end up with the same issue, at some point, maybe it's not the player who is the issue, but maybe it's the game. And maybe the developers would need to look at that. I mean, I don't know how much they're working on the game yet. I don't think that much, to be honest. But it's a shame because it does impact like how you are playing the game. If you actually want to, I mean, of course, the majority thing of the game is building, but it is also fun to have an airport that is actually operational and works. And when you can't really achieve that, that's a bit annoying because you put a lot of time into it. So I would wish that there would be some solution. Unless I am just being a complete idiot and have been so for many, many, many seasons in this game. I mean, what is it? The 5th season now? And I mean, obviously I've also been playing just for myself. And this is pretty much always the issue that I end up hitting, or the hurdle that I hit and that I cannot overcome, is the staff issue. There are, of course, things. We can quickly take a look at that as well. Where was it? Staff must be there somewhere. Yeah, so you can, of course, tweak the shifts, which I have done. I mean, we are already operating security officers for 1 hour longer than standard. The same thing with the ramp agents at the baggage bays. And pretty much I think I've added an hour to all staffers except for the information desks, because we don't really have that many of them, if at all. So yeah. So I don't really see what much more we could have been doing, but yeah. Anyways, let's quickly add some airlines to our lounges. And since that was the one wish that had been voiced in the comment section below, Fleur will get a lounge, at least for the time being. I will leave, I think, this one for Swiss, which we still haven't signed. Let's just check. I think we are still at a 4-star rating, which would be great if I could actually remember where I'm checking that. I'm always coming across it and then I forget where. I think it's here somewhere with contracts. Yeah, so we are still at 4 stars, but I would imagine this to be jumping up to 5 stars fairly soon, because now we are offering all services, and as soon as that 5-star rating comes in, we will again get many more new offers, and that should include Swiss, because we have added that mod to the game actually from day one. So, but let's see, what else could we add here? Why not CH Air? I mean, they're here at the airport. Actually, do we have... Oh, we haven't signed British Airways yet. Okay, interesting. I think that will come then. That must be a 5-star rated mod then as well. Let's give... let's see. Let's give Aegean a lounge, and I think I would like to give, for the time being, why not? It's Air France Hub. We can switch that out with Air France at a later stage then. Yeah, this one we keep for Swiss. And then, of course, we have over here as well some lounges, not to forget. And there we should have at least Emirates, because they are obviously operating here from our international terminal. I can see TUI has some aircraft in here, so why not give TUI as well? Let's see, do we TUI fly UK? Have we... Is that the only one? Yes, okay, so let's give TUI fly UK a lounge as well over here. This is a restaurant. Let's see if we can sign one. There we go. And then we have one more lounge. And let's see, I think, even though I haven't really seen any aircraft coming in here yet, but I would imagine this to happen soon, Qatar Airways. All right. Great. So what can we conclude for the moment? Most of the infrastructure, if not all, seems to be working just fine. I mean, security doesn't seem to be overrun, even at peak times. And we still have some capacity left that we can open up. Of course, again, that means we will need to sign more security officers, but that's all right. Aircraft are... I mean, they must be hopelessly delayed. I don't really get any messages at the moment of aircraft being delayed, but they must be terribly delayed. What is this for an aircraft? Air France. Ah, okay. A CRJ 700. Interesting. Yeah. So there must be some heavy delays due to staff shortages, but the game doesn't complain about it at the moment, which I guess is a good thing. But once staff arrives, things are happening. So that's definitely a good thing, and we can be happy with that. So that's a really good thing to see the airport really in operations. We have a bit of traffic chaos here, I can see. Maybe again not surprising if we have only one exit here. I mean, these are the things you see once you have the game running, because I mean, you build it and then you don't really think about it much, and then you see stuff like this. Alright, I mean, it's better to have some congestion on the way out from the airport than on the way into the airport, and that does seem to be... How does that look? That looks alright. It's a long drive, but there doesn't seem to be any kind of queue here, so that's good. Alright guys, we might continue with this kind of recording and live play in the next episode as well, just to keep on monitoring and watching a few aircraft coming in and fixing a few things here and there if we see something. But for now, I am quite happy. I mean, yes, we have the issue with staff issues or staff shortages, but there's nothing more we can do other than just keep hiring staff. But the infrastructure itself, the airport itself, does seem to work just as we have intended, and I am very happy with that. I think, yeah, the next big goal could be then to open up our remote stands and to see how that works. I think that could be a really cool thing to see with the remote stands. We have already purchased all the GC we need for that, so it is just a question of opening up the stands and take a look at how that goes, and if this part of the airport also is being overrun with passengers. So yeah, with that, I think it is time to end today's episode. If you have enjoyed this episode, this video here of Airport CEO on the channel, then don't forget to leave a like. That would be very much appreciated. And of course, if you are new around here, why not hit subscribe? That would be absolutely awesome. With that, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.